Hey, friends, if you've ever thought, my team is talented, so why does leading this team feel so difficult? Well, guess what? You're not alone. A lot of new and middle managers run into this surprise. You can have smart people, good intentions, and a full calendar, and still have a team that feels disconnected, misaligned, and stuck in tension. And here's the key: the problem usually isn't capability. It's clarity, trust, and alignment. Last week in episode 6, we talked about creating a personal mission statement, how you show up with purpose. This bonus episode is the next step: purpose driven team building, how you help other people show up with purpose together. Hey, friends, thanks for joining today on Leading with Bill. I'm Bill Martin, your personal leadership coach, and this is where biblical wisdom can transform your leadership and life. Let's define it simply. Purpose driven team building is the intentional work of creating a team culture where, one, people know why the team exists. This is your mission. Second, people know what matters most. These are your values. Third, people know how we win together. This is where we define roles, norms, and accountability. Because if you don't build the culture on purpose, it will build itself. And usually it's around stress or assumptions and whoever has the strongest personality in the room. Since this series is purpose driven, let me give you two biblical anchors that shape how I think about teams. Foundation one is one body, but many parts. We see this in 1 Corinthians 12 in verses 12 through 27. Now, we won't dive into all of the details of those scriptures, but basically, these scriptures paint this picture that the body is one, but it has many parts, and every part matters. So, unity doesn't mean sameness. A healthy team isn't one where everyone thinks the same and works the same or even communicates the same. But a healthy team is one where differences are honored and coordinated. Now, foundation two is found in 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 11. Encourage one another and build each other up. Encouragement isn't fluff, it's leadership. A purpose driven team is built through what gets spoken: recognition, truth, coaching, and even courage. If the only time people hear from you is when something's wrong, you'll create a culture of fear, not growth. Now, here's a simple framework you can use immediately. I refer to this as the 4C model: it's cause, clarity, connection, commitment. Now, if you're a new manager or aspiring leader, write these down and use these to diagnose what's missing. First, cause. People don't unite around a to-do list. Like, nobody gets excited when you announce, here are the 3 things we get to do today. No, they unite around a cause. As a manager, one of your most important jobs is to translate the organization's mission into a team mission. Now, here's a simple sentence starter: our team exists to fill in the blank so that fill in the blank. Let's say you lead a team of supervisors in a distribution center. Your cause isn't just, we've got to hit the numbers. No, a purpose-driven cause might sound like, our team exists to create a safe, reliable operation so our customers get what they need and our people go home whole. Or if you manage a customer-facing team, our team exists to restore trust when things go wrong. Customers feel cared for and confident. Cause answers the question, why does our work matter? A leader move for this week: in your next team meeting, take 2 minutes and connect one task the one person it serves. Now, our second C is clarity. Confusion is a cohesion killer. When roles are just unclear, people either collide or they check out. This shows up in new manager teams all the time. People assume the other person owns a task. A project stalls because nobody knows who decides. Or meetings happen, but nothing moves. So here are 3 clarity questions that you can ask. What does good look like? This helps define the outcome. Who owns what? Name the owner. And guess what? It's not we. What are our top 3 priorities? Because if everything is important, nothing is. An example, if you're leading team leads or supervisors, you might say, for this quarter, our top 3 priorities are safety, quality, and turnaround time. If a decision doesn't support one of these, it's not a priority right now. Clarity reduces drama. It lowers anxiety and it helps people breathe. A leader move for this week, pick one project and write down owner, the decision maker, the deadline, and a success metric, and then share it. Our third C, connection. This is where many managers get nervous because they think it means being everyone's best friend. It doesn't. Connection means people feel safe, seen, and valued. And remember 1 Corinthians 12, different parts, but one body. A big part of connection is learning how your people are wired. I personally like and use the DISC method with those I work with. If you have one person who's direct and fast paced and another person who's careful and detail oriented, they're going to misunderstand each other under pressure. So you can normalize language like, when you're stressed, what do you need from me? How do you prefer feedback? Quick and direct or time to process? What's one strength you bring that the team needs more of? And then bring in 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 11. Encouragement is a team practice. Encouragement should be specific and practical. I noticed you handled that customer escalation with calm and clarity. You owned that mistake and fixed it. Thank you. Your preparation made this meeting more productive. A leader move for this week, give one piece of specific encouragement to each direct report. Not generic, specific. And our fourth C is commitment. Cohesion isn't just about being close, being committed to the same standard. Healthy teams don't avoid hard conversation. They learn how to have them with dignity. This is where you set team norms. Simple agreements like how quickly we respond to each other, how we run meetings, how we handle conflict, what ownership looks like. An example, you might say, on this team, if you see a problem, bring a solution, or at least 2 options. And if you're stuck, you ask early. We don't hide issues. When something's off, you address it early because what you tolerate becomes the culture. A leader move for this week is choose one norm to introduce. It could be assume positive intent or, and I really like this one, disagree in the room, align outside the room. Purpose-driven team building is aligning your team around cause, a shared purpose, clarity, roles and priorities, connection through trust and encouragement, and commitment, establishing norms and accountability. Now, here's your simple 3-step action plan for this week. 1, write a 1-sentence team mission. Our team exists to fill in the blank so that fill in the blank. 2nd is create clarity on one project. Find the owner, who the decision maker is, what the deadline is, and how we measure success. And 3rd, Build connection with one practice, specific encouragement for each person. You don't have to be a perfect leader to build a healthy team. You just have to lead on purpose. One conversation, one expectation, one encouragement at a time. Thanks for joining today on Leading with Bill. Remember, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and we'll see you next time.